ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the JLL Race 1 Triathlon briefing. We're going to start a couple of minutes, just give a bit of time for the rest of the 700 odd athletes the opportunity to come join the room. I know everyone's a bit busy. We are now back into the full swing of 2022, so welcome to the continuation of the Dubai UAE season. We'll be starting very shortly, next couple of minutes. Please make sure you're on mute if you are coming into the chat, and we'll answer all the questions at the end. So please feel free to hang in there and I will answer questions on an individual basis. If you have something that you'd like me to cover, then I'm more than happy to do that. Just drop a message into the chat. My name's John. I'm going to be your race director, and give us a couple of minutes and we'll get going very, very shortly. I'll just answer some questions while they're coming before we get started. Hi, Tom Crompton, how are you? I assume you're from Abu Dhabi. At the moment, the current restrictions in Dubai are not requiring a Al-Awasim check. You are free to come to the event with a mask on, as well as ensuring you adhere to the 2-meter social distancing rules. Hello, my little friend Afra, hope you're well. Can't wait to see you. Of course, your mom and dad. How are you, Khaled? I think he's doing a team event with us. So Mohammed asking if the wetsuit can cover the sensor. We advise not. We prefer to have the sensor on the outside of the wetsuit, so you can put it over the top of your wetsuit. The Velcro straps are pretty strong. We've replaced them all over the Christmas period. So I think they're pretty tight, and I think they'll do you well. But again, we do advise you keep your ankle straps on the outside of your suit. If there are any issues with your timing, we do ask that you share and show us your Garmin data. That's always a good backup for us to do further investigation around timings. We have 2 different timing points as you come out of the water and into transition, so I'm pretty sure we'll get you on one of those. In case of difficulty in the water, are there any waiting stops? If you're struggling in the water, we advise you roll over onto your back, stick your hand in the air, and one of the guys on the kayaks or surfboards will come over and check you're okay. Sprint participants, yes, you have to wait. It's probably going to be more like 50 minutes, but you can cheer and encourage everyone on. Bike racking is from, what did we say? It was from 5:50 till 6:50 in the morning. With this venue, particularly with the main road and the cars coming in from other triathletes, we try and minimize as many traffic options for cyclists out on the route. So that's why we want you all in the venue, bike rack, ready to go for the time. In addition to that, the transition area with continual bike racking through the morning means your timing sensors will keep hitting the timing points, which gives false reads and doesn't make it very easy for the timing guys, which is why we ask everyone to be racked by the start time so we can go live with the timing systems. All right, I'll get round to some questions a little bit later. At the end. So for now, I will start the race briefing. So a very good evening and welcome to each and every one of you. We have 100 participants currently in the WhatsApp, I say WhatsApp, I mean Zoom meeting. We will and are recording this. I will put it online on the same registration page that was sent out in the emails today. I have one of my colleagues who will be answering some questions in the chat room as best he can, but I'll get round to those at the end. If you would like to just hold off until then, we can have a chat. More than happy to go over anything again at the end of the meeting, answer all of those questions, etc. Just to make you happy, if this is your first or your 100th, it would be, it's always great to have new triathletes to our events, particularly this JLL Triathlon Race 1 happening on Saturday, 29th of January, the first of 2 at the Dira Market Islands, and we are super excited to be here. Big thanks to, of course, the main sponsor, title sponsor for the event, JLL, running many events with us over the last 8 years, all triathlon based, and I think anyone that has participated in those events can quite wholly say they are some of the best JLL triathlon events here in the UAE. So big thanks to them. Big thanks to, of course, the Dubai Sports Council. We work tirelessly with them to ensure we put on the safest events here in the UAE. And of course, without the Dubai Sports Council, we wouldn't be able to host any of these events or get the support from the local councils like the RTA, the police, water safety. It's a real pleasure to host here and we thank them for that. Of course, this year as well, season partner, we have Oakley sunglasses. If you don't have a pair of Oakleys, I suggest you go check out their new range. They've got some exciting prescription lens options as well now. We'll discuss those and you'll see some of our social media and marketing material come out. So do take a look at it. Of course, I wouldn't be able to put events on without keeping you all hydrated. So a big thanks to Monviso Water. Can I see that? There we go. Big thanks to Monviso Water. If you ever do need some hydration, check them out. They are at all of our events this year, and we welcome them for all of the events to continue. Great water. We'll be handing out these 330 ml bottles at the aid stations. We're trying to minimize on contact and potential contamination within the water through this pandemic period, hence why we do this. We ask that if you only need one, do take one. There are lots of water, 2,500 bottles on the course, thanks to Monviso. So be sparing though. It's not anticipated to be that hot in the morning, but we do know you are trying and racing hard, so there are hydration options, 2 aid stations out on the course for the run on the 5K loop. Also, big thanks to Nikhil for allowing us the use of the venue. Venue partners here. Super excited to be back at Dira. Lots happening on the islands, new hotels, so do check them out. We hopefully will be working with them again towards the end of the season when we have the JLL 2 event, which I'll clarify a little bit later. There's some exciting news on that I'll bring to people's attention. But to finalize on the thanks for the event, again, new in the last couple of years with the Triathlon Federation, we're getting a lot of support from them. So big thanks as well to the Triathlon Federation here in the UAE, promoting the sport amongst the nationals, as well as ensuring that everyone is racing safe and securely. So big thanks to the Triathlon Federation. And of course, it is a privilege to be able to host events at the moment here in the UAE. And with that, I do blatantly mean what we're seeing over the last couple of years. It's been very tough as organizers to put events on for you guys. We've done our best. I hope you've been happy with how the last couple of years have happened with the events. We're not out of the woods yet. We still have a couple of rules and regulations that we want to adhere to make sure that you all remain safe, as well as the staff, so they can continue to put these excellent events on. So a quick moment around the corona safety for this weekend. We still do have strict policies. We have a no tolerance policy. If you're blatantly disregarding other people's safety and my staff's, we will ask you to leave the event. We do ask that you wear a face mask at all times when you are not racing. That must cover your mouth and your nose at all times. That is up into the swim. So please make sure you bring a disposable mask that you can use when entering the site. And then at the swim start, there will be a yellow waste bin, which you can hygienically put the mask in. And then we will give you a new fresh one at the end when you finish your race. As well, social distancing, 2 meters at all times, please. We're back to the 2 meters. That's about the size of a camel, if you didn't know. So make sure that there is a you and a length of a camel in between you and the person next to yourself. It's hard for us to know who family and friends are, so we ask everyone to do this, 1 child per adult at all times, and therefore we have a good understanding. We all know exactly who is and who is not respecting those rules. So first, I'm going to run through the event timings, then we'll go into the different routes for the bike, swim, bike, and run. Just to give you an overview, I'd like to try and keep this around half an hour, so we've got about 15-20 minutes left. And then if there are any questions at the end, I will be more than happy to go through them individually or within the group. So the event timings, we have 3 different types of events happening at the JLL Triathlon Series. We have the triathlon, then we also have a swim event and a run event taking place at the same time. So the Olympic swimmers will be heading into the water around 6:50 in the morning. They will be joined by the 3-kilometer swimmers, as well as the 1,500-meter swimmers. So you will be heading in at the same time. Then the sprints will be going in an hour later at 7:50. And with those, the 750-meter swimmers will also be included as you go into the water. Then as soon as the sprints, who are doing 2 laps, as soon as they finish their first lap, I will put the super sprints into the water behind them. So that will roughly, depending on how fast you sprint swimmers are, be around 8:15 in the morning. But of course, you will have racked your bikes from 5:50 to 6:50. So there'll be plenty of time for you to wait and cheer everyone on. So please make your way down to the beach. It should be a lovely morning. And as the sun is due to start showing itself around 6:50, I want to get the first Olympic swimmers in the water as quickly as possible. Then the runners will be going at 7 a.m. If you are just doing a run with us, it's a 10-kilometer, 5 and 2.5-kilometer route. You will all start at 7 in the morning, and your point of start will be the finish line. So when you come into the venue, please head to the finish line, and then at 7 a.m. we will send you all off on a gun start. Parking, when you come into the venue, please follow the directions of the marshals. They will direct you to parking, and then we will line you up outside the Rio Hotel like we did last event. If you're unsure of where the Rio Hotel is, I will go through it when I show the routes and explain exactly where you will be parking. So once you've parked your car, you'll head into the registration. So if you are a triathlete, you will be putting your bike on the rack, and the bag, which will have your bib as well as your chip, will be around the top of the bike rack. Inside will be your swim cap. You should have had an email with your swim cap colors. If not, have a look online on the reg page and you'll see there your color. Make sure you've got the right color. Put it over your head, give it a test. If something's not right, come see one of the staff at the beach and they will give you a new cap. We've put roughly 750 hats in bags this afternoon. I'd like to say that we're perfect. I hope you do have the right color. However, the last minute changes that have come in on email, people upgrading and downgrading their distance, you might not have the right cap. So just come see one of the staff and we'll swap you out. Okay, so we also, when you rack your bike, that there's nothing left by your bike. We've got to try and get 700 bikes into a very small area. So please make sure that you keep just your essentials by your bike. And by that, I mean your helmet that can sit on your handlebars, your shoes on the floor, and that's all you really need. Obviously, we would like you to have a race belt with a bib on it. If you haven't got your bib, we won't let you leave the transition area, as well as your helmet. If you need a towel or any other elements to help you in transition, please leave them on your bike. The only thing I'd like to see on the floor are your shoes. If you have a bag, please use the race bag on the rack. You can take that and put it onto the side behind your bike, away from where people will be running through transition. When you've racked your bike, we ask you to keep walking down through transition. That way you can understand how you're going to transition from the swim onto the bike. And of course, when you come in on the bike, out onto the run. So make your way all the way down through transition. And then you can loop round towards the beach to start your swim. As I said, I'll show you all the routes in a second, and we're just going to have a little chat through some of the rules on the bike. If you don't have a bib, you will be disqualified. No helmet equals no ride. When we get to start the swim, it is wetsuit optional. So if you feel you want to have your wetsuit, you're more than welcome to wear it. I would say the water up there is a couple of degrees, well, maybe one, warmer than elsewhere in Dubai. So just go dip your toe in the water before you make that decision, unless you're like me, in which case you put a wetsuit on at any possible opportunity, irrespective of temperature. When we do the swim start, as I said, please make sure you keep your mask. We'll take that off you just before you get into the water. And when you are in the start pen for the swim, please stay 2 meters apart. Now, when we start the swimmers, we're transitioning a little bit back to a gun start versus a chip start. And by that, I mean a gun start is when everyone runs into the water at the same time. We fire a gun or a bullhorn and you all leave into the water at the same time, versus how we have been running things, which is a chip start through the swim pen and everyone leaving individually. We're offering those 2 options to see which way we continue to start our triathlons this time. So if you'd like to do a gun start, i.e. a mass start, we will ask all the Olympic swimmers that would like to do that to come to the front, and we will set you off at a time all together. If you do not, and you would like to go on a 1-by-1, then we will put you into the swim pen and you can leave 1-by-1 on a chip start. We'll do that for the Olympic, sprint, and super sprint. So if you are planning on doing that, please make sure you're 5 minutes early before the start of your swim, so we can get your bib numbers and make sure that you are given the right time for starting. We're going to put roughly 100 people in the water at 4 minutes. We have about 200 people in each category. So it will be quite a fast-paced start, so please do not be late. And of course, make sure you stay 2 meters apart. Bike transition, 2 meters apart. Please try and respect all your other athletes who are near and next to you. And then we can get you out onto the road. And the same for the run within the transition area. Please make sure you are adhering to a distance, a suitable distance from anyone around you. When you finish, you come over the finish line, you take your chip off. We'll ask you to take your chip off. You put that in the box and that will be presented to you by one of the staff. You may then go and collect your medal, another fresh mask, which you must put on, bottle of water, Monviso, thank you very much. and of course the t-shirt. I'll show you the t-shirt we've got lined up for you in a minute. I see Mahir Ahmed has got his NASA t-shirt on from the last one. Thank you, good support, great t-shirt. So we'll get one of those the next t-shirts coming. I'll grab one in the office in a minute and give it to you. I will show you what it looks like. So grab your t-shirt, and if you're a team, part of a team, then please wait at the finish line for your teammates. If you'd like to run down the finish line with your team, you're more than welcome to do that. That would be absolutely fine. Just while I get on the subject of teams, when the swimmer comes out of the water, he will run to the bike. So wherever your bike is racked based on your bib number, that is where the cyclist must wait for their teammate. My advice is the swimmer takes the chip off of their leg and puts it on the biker's leg, and then the biker can leave straight away. That is the quickest way to do it. If you are swimming and biking, good luck to you. Just look around, everyone else will be doing the same thing. If you are biking and handing to the runner, again, as the cyclist comes in, the runner must wait by the bike rack. The runner, I advise, takes the chip off of the biker and puts it on their own leg and then runs. Okay, when you come over the finish line, obviously there will be lots of people finishing throughout the morning from about 8 o'clock onwards. So please, if you are trying to take selfies and get under the arch, which I thoroughly encourage, I think it's great, just watch out for everybody else. I will ask and keep the finish line cleared as much as I can. However, if you do want to take that selfie shot, then by all means, you knock yourself out. Okay, I'm going to share my computer screen and show you some of the various elements of the morning. So here we go. Hopefully you're all on computers. You can all see my screen. And I think the first thing I will show you is where you're coming in Dubai. So this is Deira Islands. Welcome to Deira. We are going to be starting roughly where my mouse is. As you can see, depending on which way you're coming, there is a link in the email that was sent for directions. So click on that, and that's going to take you down into Deira. You'll be coming over this bridge here with your car. You'll turn right, and then you will turn left. It will all be marked very clearly with marshals. You will drive down this side of the road to the end. You'll make a U-turn here, and then you're following the parking marshals, and they will start parking you on this side of the road. Please go where they instruct you. They know what they're doing. They have a plan and they're sticking to it. Please make sure you do park where they ask you, and then we will have enough room for all 700 plus of you in this area. So this is our car parking all along here. When you have done your car parking, you will walk to the end to this area, and this is where the Race Me tent will be, as well as the registration. The only thing I ask you, please, everyone, to do tomorrow, make sure you have your bib number ready. Please, it is so difficult to try and find 700 people's bib numbers. It takes so much time. It's such a simple thing. It's the only thing I ask you to do tomorrow, as well as wear a face mask and stay 2 meters apart, respect my staff, have fun, enjoy yourselves. Make sure you please bring your bib number. Your bib number is the same as where your bike goes. You can then go and get your bike racked as quickly as possible, walking straight through the registration area. If you're a runner or a swimmer, you must pick up your bib and swim cap or chip at this point. All the other triathletes, your stuff will be in transition, which will be along this area where I am now zooming into. So when you come in the morning, you come in, you walk across and into transition here. Find your bike, bib number, rack your bike, and then come out the bottom end and walk up to the beach. Swimming will be in this area here. I have more detailed maps. I think this is a good overview though. I also have this one, which will show you a little bit more of the routes that you will be cycling and running. So as I said, the transition area is here where my mouse is. We swim just at the top in this area. When you come out of the swim, you will run down this road into transition. You will then be going on the bike, which is the blue line. The bike is a 6.5 kilometer loop, and you will be going the same direction as my mouse. When you come up to the top here, depending on what distance you're doing, if you are doing a super sprint, you're going to do 2 laps. So you will continue for a second lap. And on your second lap, you will go round the roundabout, come down and into transition. If you are doing a sprint, it will be 4 laps. And if you are doing the Olympic, 6 laps. So you must make sure you keep track of all your laps. As I said, when you first come out of transition, you'll be going on the blue line, and then you will start completing your laps. When you have finished, you'll come back into transition, and then you will start on the red line, which is your run, and it is a 5 kilometer loop. So you will come out of transition, you will run along the roads here, all the way down in a clockwise direction back to the start. Now, if you're doing sprint, that's 5 kilometer run. If you're doing Olympic, that is a 10 kilometer run. So that's either 1 lap or 2 laps. But I hear you ask yourself, where do I run if I'm just doing super sprint? You will actually run all the way down to this first corner, and you will turn at this first corner and run back. Don't you worry, it will be fully marked, as we have signs and staff that will be there. So this is something that we will email out to everybody, or we'll put it online so you can look at it on the website, familiarize yourself. So this is the parking and registration. So number 4 is the registration area, and we will be parking from this area down to the bottom. Black line is where you come in, and then we park here. This is the transition area I was just talking about, where 3 and 4, this is your racking your bike, and then you leave transition at the bottom and come to the swim start, which is at the top, number 6. Swim start will look something like this. We will have a holding pen for all the swimmers. We will have lanes for you to come and enter the water, unless you are going to do a wave start, which is what I offered you before, in which case I will call you early. You will come and meet me at the front, and we will set you off at a given time. Everyone else, into the pen, keep your masks on, stay 2 meters apart, enjoy yourselves. Maybe if you haven't got a wetsuit, or you're just feeling a little bit chilly, you might want to bring something for that morning chill, a jumper. You're more than welcome to leave it at the swim tent and then come back and collect it after your race. So this is the first swim course. This is Olympic course, and it is 2 laps. There are 3 large white Race Me boys. If you've worked or participated in one of our events before, either the King and Queen Riva. By the way, King and Queen Riva, 6th of February, a week after this event. If you're not doing anything, come join us for a swim. So if you have been to one of our swims, you will know the big Race Me red, white boys. So you will start. You will swim out past the first one to the second one. You will then go diagonally to the 3rd buoy, which is marked 2.2, not buoy 2. And then you will come back, and instead of turning at the Red Bull buoy, you will keep going for your 2nd lap. 2 laps, ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing Olympic. That means 1,500 meters. If you are doing the 3 kilometer swim only with us, it will be 4 laps. Once you finish your 2nd lap or your 4th lap, depending on if you're doing the Olympic distance or the 3 kilometer swim, you will then turn at the Red Bull buoy and come back into the beach, and then you will run down into transition. So sprint, same course, 1 lap. No swimming across, you will just do 1 lap, 750 meters, and then come into the beach. Super sprint is slightly different. You will go out past the first Race Me buoy, out past the 2nd Race Me buoy. You will then turn and come back to the Red Bull buoy and then into the beach. The kids will go out to the first Race Me buoy, along to the Red Bull buoy, and then back in. That is roughly 200 meters. I will be covering the kids course at the end of this in a lot more detail. There is no Aussie exit. It is a straight out swim. No Aussie exit. So if you're doing Olympic, 2 laps, 3 kilometer swim is 4 laps. The sprint is 1 lap. And then super sprint, slightly different course, a bit shorter, 375 meters. Kids, 1 lap. As I said, we will put this online so you can see, and we will share this just after we get the video up as well for you. Okay, so I did discuss the bike lap. This one is in a bit more detail. Again, there are some important key points in here, all labeled across. We will share this. You can familiarize yourself with it. It's 6.5 kilometer. I did say earlier that the sprint was going to be 4 laps. It's not, it's 3. So if you are doing super sprint, 2 laps, sprint is 3 laps, and Olympic is 6 laps. You're responsible for your own laps. If we are unsure of your time based on our timing systems, we will ask you to come and show us your Garmin data. So please do wear a Garmin or similar. Now, as I said, the run course, it's a 5K lap. So sprint and Olympic will be doing this course. Olympic is 2 laps because it's 5K. And if you divide 10 kilometers by 5 kilometers, you get 2 laps. So remember, Olympic, 2 laps. And then the sprint is only 1 lap. If you're doing super sprint, you will be running only down this part. You'll turn at the end by my staff and my sign that says super sprint turn here. Please look out for it. And then you will run back to the finish. Now, where's the finish, you may ask? So the finish is going to be in this area. I'm going to try and be clever and annotate. So on your second lap, you will be coming along here, or your first lap if you're doing sprint. I'll try and get it on the road. You will turn and then you will run to the finish. The finish is going to be here. You can't miss it. There's going to be lots of flags. There's going to be a big arch that says finish on it. So you can't miss it. Remember, if you're doing sprint, you're going to do 1 lap. If you are doing Olympic, you are doing 2 laps. If you are doing just the super sprint, I am trying to clear my annotation. How do I do that? There we go. Clear. If you are doing the super sprint, oh, well, it's probably worth talking about this. How do you get onto the run course? When you come out of transition, you'll come around here, run down this road. Again, it will all be marked. You'll be following everyone in front of you. You'll come across here, back on yourself, and then off on the run. So that's how you exit transition for the run. If you're doing super sprint, you will run all the way down. You will come to the end of this road, you will turn, and then you will come back to the finish. If you are doing Olympic or sprint, you will come out, you will then go off and do your laps. You will then come back from this way and you will continue a second lap if you're doing Olympic, or if you are doing sprint, you will turn and come to the finish where X marks the spot. And that's the same for the runners. If you're doing a 5, 10 or 2.5 kilometer run with us, as I said, the finish is in this area here. So this is if you are running only, if you are only doing the run, you will start here. We will run you onto the course and then you will go all the way around. When you're coming back, you will do the same, come back and then into the finish. That will be the run course. Okay, so let's see what else we can offer up. Aid stations, where are the aid stations going to be? That's probably a great one to discuss. So we will have an aid station somewhere in this area, and there will be an aid station just opposite the finish line in this area. These are the 2 aid stations. They're about 3 kilometers apart. So you will have a run this way, all the way around into the aid station, keep running, and then you will come back. If you're doing sprint, there's no need to take anything from this aid station because you'll be finishing, and there is water and Monviso hydration at the end. If you're doing 2 laps, please keep going for your Olympic or 10-kilometer route, and that is where all of these items are located. So I think I've covered pretty much everything. I am still going to go over the kids course, but I'm going to leave this till the end. I will rather have a bit more attention with the parents and the kids if you are on this, because I think it's very important that we just take a quick minute to have a look at how it's going to operate. One last thing before I wrap this up and open up to questions. Staff etiquette, please respect the staff. That's I know I asked you a favor before. Let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. I know I asked you one favor earlier, to keep your face masks on, be happy, smile, follow the rules, just one thing. But the other thing is the staff. You know, a lot of these guys, they're going to be facing 700 of you on Saturday. Majority of them will have been building and setting everything up on Friday. Even a few of them have been working today to start getting things ready. We packed 700 race bags, sorted t-shirts, dealing with the RTA, the fleet. There's a lot that goes into these races. So please respect the guys. A lot of them that do attend the events do it for the love of it. We get a lot of support from the community, so a big thanks to them. But at the same time, you know, they're there for you. They're not there to tell you where to go or what to do. They're there to look out for your safety. Please share the word, share the links for the race briefing. All the information is here. We want to make sure you have a great day with us, but the #1 priority we do is safety. And they're there to ensure your safety, not tell you where to go and hold your hand in a direction. Please learn the routes, know your bib number, and say thank you to the staff. Pat on the back. It means the world to them. To see you guys. A lot of the staff can't even dream to be able to get on a bike, afford a bike, or even do a run of a 10-kilometer nature. And they do look up and worship a lot of you out there. And when you do give them a pat on the back and say thank you very much, the look and the face they have, it means the world to me. So please just give them the respect that they're due. Okay, so that's it from me. That's the main element of the day. We hope you have fun bike racking 550 to 650. If you want to drop off now and I've covered anything, hey, there's Brian Wilkie. I see your name. Hey, Brian, how you doing? If you want to stick around and ask me any questions, then that'd be great. I will go over the kids course. I do want to cover that. I haven't forgotten about it. I just want to get some of the participants down. And if we do put it online later, you can skip through all of this bump and go straight to the kids part so you can walk your kids through it later. I'm just going to flick up through some of the questions and cover those. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Will there be carpet or turf in transition? Transition is going to be tarmac. There is carpet from the beach water edge up onto the road, then down into transition. Aid station is same as hydration station, or more stops for water. William, there's 2 aid stations. It's just hosting water, Monviso water at the moment. There's no hydration out there. If you need hydration, put it in your water bottle. Make sure you have it on your race belt. How do we get our bib number before the race for the triathlon? Cappuccini, Stefani. Please go online. It's in the same email that you got this web link from. It says full reg list. It's also been in this chat room. Maybe I can just see if I've got it. Yep, here you go. No, Hobby Scott's gone. Let me send it to everyone. Right, there we go. That is for Stefano Cappuccini. Go on there. That's where you'll find your bib number. Cutoff time. I think, Jana, you're going to be all right. We've got pretty much most of the day for the island. It's a closed circuit, no cars. I think you'll be fine. And if I need to come get you, I will come get you. Will there be water during the 40-kilometer bike? Again, Cappuccino Stefano, no water. You have to fend for yourself out there. Will passport be needed if I have no Emirates ID? No, Marcia, it won't be needed. You just turn up. Please make sure you have your bib number ready to go, and then that will tell us that you got the right information. Carpet, that was Saeed. Well done, Saeed. Where will spectators be? Gab, you're welcome to go anywhere. As long as you're not on the race course, my staff will ask you to stand back. Please look left, look right when you are crossing roads. There are a lot of them at Deira Islands. But I would advise you hang around the beach and then you hang around the transition area and the finish line. Finish line is a good place. That's where most of the action happens. Pictures are the best, and it's where we've got most of the branding. And I say branding, it is JLL Triathlon. Big thanks to JLL for working with us to put these events on year after year after year. It's great to have them as a partner, one of the longest standing here in the UAE for triathlon, and big believers in keeping it going. JLL are actually working with us to put a corporate competition on for team entries. I think we've got about 35 teams participating in this event as a practice for the lead up to the next JLL2. Well, maybe we'll tell you now. We're going to email everyone out on Monday, but we have fortunately been given permission to host JLL2 on the 20th of February. So there's going to be a date change. Yes, Mahir, that's right. There is a date change for JLL2. March is looking like it's going to be a very busy month. We have the Ironman, Mamza. We have another aquathon happening. There's also Oceanic, the triathlon Corfcan Sports series happening. So there was 4 triathlons happening every weekend in March and nothing in February. So after a bit of persuasion and demand from the general public, you guys, as well as help from Sports Council and Nikhil, we were able to push the JLL2 into February 20th. Now, if you are registered for JLL2 and you can't make February the 20th, when you get the email this coming week, please just reply to it with one of your favorable options. If you are able to and you do want to join us, please mark it in your diary. February 20 will be JLL2 at Deira Islands. And if we get enough demand, we are considering potentially putting another triathlon in the missing spot in March, again at JLL, but we are not securing that just yet. We'll see how this and the next one go and then take some feedback from everyone. All right, keep going on the questions. Aid stations provided, aid studies water only. Yeah, thanks, Saeed. Break down the course. Down the course, what can warrant one to be disqualified? Disqualification comes from not doing the right number of laps, being rude to my staff. It can come from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It can come from generally not following the rules and regulations in the race info pack, as well as what we've asked to happen here in the race briefing. How much is the valet parking? Doran Davies, valet parking. I'll do it for free for you. There's no valet parking. Anyway, what car have you got? No valet parking. Just drive in. The earlier you get there, the better the car parking space will be. Supporters allowed, and when can they come and where should they park? Yes, Christy, supporters are allowed. They should come and they park in the same place as the athletes. What time should we rack the bike for super sprint race? Anytime, Roberto, from 5:50 to 6:50 in the morning. Isn't the chip start safer than the water wave star as far as COVID is concerned? Mixed views on it. There's no DHA regulation around it. Dubai Sports Council have allowed us to do small swim starts. We've offered this before. 5 people took us up on it. If at any point I think there are too many people wanting to do the gun start, then I will close it and the first X many will be permitted. We have a very long beach there, so we've got a lot of space. As long as we maintain and adhere to those rules and regulations, we will be fine. I missed to register my son today. Fernando, you need to send an email to info@raceme.ae. How still is the water? Are there many waves? Basil, it's one of the calmest parts of Dubai water, known to a UAE residents. I'll just share my screen for this one in case anyone's concerned. Here we go. So we start swimming where my hand is. Where's my annotator? Here we go, here we go. Right, so our start swimming is here. So we have tremendously good breakwater as the current comes in and out. So there is only this area for sea swells to come in. So what we're really looking at within this area is, it looks like a upside down ghost. But the only thing we're really concerned about in here is tidal movement, which we have very little of here in the UAE, as well as wind. It's good weather at the moment. We're expecting calm seas tomorrow. And look, there he is. We're expecting calm seas tomorrow. And, oh, sorry, Saturday, it should be good. So I guess we could draw a face if we're bored, but nothing else to do. Anyway, we'll stop that. Any other questions? In case of kayak assistance, is that okay? Yes, Hobby, look, we want you to have a good race. If a kayak and you having assistance on a kayak means that you're going to have a exceptionally fast time, then we're going to have a discussion about that if you use that to your benefit. However, if you need it, it is there to help you. If that is the way you need to get through the swim course, as I said, roll over on your back, put your hand in the air, and one of the kayaks will come to you and offer assistance in terms of asking you, are you all right? I understand everyone once in a while just needs to sit, take a breath with the hand on the kayak. It won't result in a disqualification unless it enhances your race in any shape or form. Cases arising, better for swim type speed by chip. Yes, we're going to try it out, see how we go. I suspect we'll probably have less than 10. Our name is not in the registration system. What do we do? Tibble Delfani, please email info@raceme.ae. Awesome, thank you for the support. No problem. Okay, I'm going to open up to any questions. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. Anyone have any questions they'd like me to cover? Anything? Go over one more thing? You should be able to ask me now. Yes, it is a non-draft legal race. That might be difficult with so many people in the 6.5 kilometer. Not really. Let me show you the map again. Let's go back. There's no locker. It is buy your bike in bike racking. So the roads are exceptionally large. So there should be no need. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes. There should be no need for drafting. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a very long, wide course. Anyone that is caught drafting by any of the staff, any of the bike patrols, the bike course manager, will take note and then make a case against us. We'll then discuss with the individuals involved and take it from there. Yes, Afra, I can't wait for you to beat your dad's team either. Please make that happen. Yes, that's right. Swimmers will have to cross the bike route. It is the bike's priority. Swimmers will have to give way. Third time we've run it here, no real issues. Bikes will be coming up here, around and out here. Swimmers will be coming this way. Based on the size of the lap and people that are participating, we have staff that sit here, manage and monitor to ensure that no swimmer contacts a bike. So don't worry, we're skilled in that area and we'll ensure nothing goes on. On the bike, overtaking is on the left. Yep, overtaking should be on the left. As I said, it's a very, 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 very large road for the cyclists. So please, excuse me, I need some Monviso water. As I said, please, the most important thing is to make sure that you look out for your fellow racer. For us, priority number 1 is safety. Second is fun, enjoyment. I'll always put someone's safety over your enjoyment. So make sure you please do the same. If it's safe to pass, pass. If it's not safe to pass, please just have a little respect for everyone else that's out there. Okay, anyone want to talk to me before I get onto the kids course?
I just have one question. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, Mahir. You're wearing my favorite t-shirt.
Awesome. Is there a form that we need to sign and bring like last time? I believe there was like some sort of waiver.
No, this year we're not permitted. We don't need to have waivers. There's no form needed on this one. That was just through the sort of height of the pandemic. So
Okay.
at the moment, just come. Make sure you get the right bib number. That's my biggest problem in the morning is people picking up the wrong bibs.
Right. I just got an email saying I'm 82, so I'm just gonna like bring that.
82. Okay, just make sure. You shouldn't have told me. Someone else is going to remember that number now.
Oh man. All right. Cheers.
All right, cool. Have a good night. Thanks. Brian, I know you got a question. Come on, Brian. No?
Hi, John. Sorry, just a quick one. Where do we pick our bibs for triathlon?
So for the triathlon, they'll be hanging on the bike rack. So where your bike number is. So remember your bib number, you come in, you smile to the staff at the registration, walk past them because you have your bib number. You walk up into transition, find your number on the bike poles, and then you'll have your bag. Inside will be your bib, your swim cap. The bag's there. If you need to leave anything, leave it in our bag. Therefore, we know that it should be there. It's meant to be there, and it's yours. Oh, let's have a look. Brian, do you know your bib number? No, he's gone. All right, bye.
I believe he has to unmute himself because he is mute.
Where is he?
John, is Duncan here? I've got a question as well, which is I've had the emails, but I don't appear to see my name on the registration list as well. So what should I do?
Can you drop a quick email to info@raceme.ae?
Yeah.
Have you got your the ticket that you got emailed from when you registered?
I should have, yeah.
Yeah, if you find it, just chuck that in. We're doing the last sort of email stuff tomorrow. Pick up all the last minute race changes. So don't worry.
And it was what? Sorry, info@raceme.ae. Yeah, cool. Okay, we'll do. Thank you.
Great, no worries.
Quick one. Can we rack our bikes the day before or not? It has to be the morning off.
No, sorry, William.
Okay.
Got to be the morning off.
No worries. Thank you.
Just one more query from my side. Are there any speed bumps in the cycling route?
No, no speed bumps.
Thanks. And just confirming, the running is clockwise and cycling is anti-clockwise?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
What's up, Afra? You know, I'm busy working now. Oh, no, you're racing, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. You want me to do the kids course? What are you racing? Olympic? No?
No, I'm not doing Olympic. No.
Not this time. All right.
No.
I see you grew your hair out. Looks nice. All right. If anyone's got a question about the adult stuff, they can ask me while I'm sharing my screen. I'm just going to do the kids course. So hang on a sec. Where's my screen? Screen 4. Okay. For all those who have children and are, or if you're here now paying attention, I would ask all the parents, please, can you show or communicate this to the child? I'll go over all of the swim routes with everybody in the morning when we have everyone's attention and discuss and show where all the boys are. I find that's best, but also parents, kids tend to listen to you more than me, particularly if you've gone through these things beforehand. So this is the, I guess, the bike route for the kids. I will annotate because that seems to be rather helpful. Okay, so everyone's going to do the swim first. In a triathlon, it's swim, bike, run. So you're going to do the swim, going to leave the swim, run down the road with these red lines into transition, then you get on your bike. So when the kids come out of transition, like all the adults, they go to the right. You will then come up the top here. This is a sectioned off, kid-only barriered lane. So they will come all the way down and they will keep to the left and they will turn left in here. Now this will all be coned and taped, so there's no risk of anyone taking the adult path and running down here. We don't want that to happen. So the kids will keep following the tape and cones in their own lane all the way. You'll go around this roundabout, all the way down to this next roundabout where we have a turn, sharp turn. Then we come back on ourselves, down around the bottom here, and up into transition. The dismount line for the kids is going to be at this point, just before they come into the roundabout, where we will have staff and hopefully some parents shouting, "Come on, let's go!" and also dismount, dismount. And they will dismount and then they will run into transition. Once they put their bikes, I need to clear my annotation. Okay. Once they have come in from the bike, I'll just draw on this. So you'll come in from the bike this way into transition, and then they will get changed into transition, and they will leave transition the same way, and you will run on the same route as the adults did, all the way along, across the roads, down through the car park, and then we will have someone standing there with a big sign that says "Kids turn here." You'll turn and you'll run back towards the finish, jump over the roads again and into the finish area. So again, we will put these, or actually these are online now. We will put these, they're on the JLL webpage. I'll actually try and get the link quickly so we can see, so you can see. So you can download these, take a look. Tomorrow, can put your child in front of the computer and take a little look at the event, talk them through what's going to happen. So this is the swim, the bike course. You do your swim, come out of the swim into transition, turn right, all the way along the top, around the bottom, over the roundabout. You turn at the second roundabout, all the way back, left, 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 and then dismount into transition. So if you go to the website, which is the Race Me JLL event website, you can scroll down and you can see here, download the kids' routes. So you can see them there. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But there is a link on the page for everyone. Download kids' routes. And of course, the race info pack. If there are more questions, you can have a look at it on our website. Please bear in mind, we have changed these times slightly based on the sunlight, or predicted sunlight, shall we say. You might go off at 6:52, it might be 6:53, it might be 6:50, but as long as we're all ready to go at 6:50, this has lots of wonderful information in it, all of the swim routes. This is in the link in your emails that you've been receiving, and of course, you can get it off of the website, like I just showed you here. Download kids race info. Okay, so I think that concludes everything. We've dropped roughly 75% of the people out of the chat room. Is there anything else I can help anyone with? Khalil, apologies if you answered already. Is the race belt something that you provide? No, it's not. You need to have your own. We have some safety pins for the bib. If you are planning on putting a top on or something, whether you're racing in a tri-suit, I don't know. I tend to find most people with a tri-suit tend to have a race belt. If you are a small individual, Khalil, I have some kids race belts that I keep in my truck. I only keep 1 or 2 for emergencies, but you never know. Doran Davies, many thanks for stepping in. I appreciate you taking the time. Ali's iPhone, Team Super Sprint Swimmer picks up numbers and starts at 8:15. Team Super Sprint Swimmer, are you a team and you're a swimmer? Right, you need to get your bike racked between 5:50 and 6:50, and they will have the swim cap and the chip, which is what you need, because as you are a swimmer, you don't need to pick up a race number, but you do need the chip and you do need the swim cap. So if I were you, I would get your biker, whoever he or she is, send them in early, and then you can come for around 8 o'clock. I will maybe try and get everyone in a little bit earlier than 8:15 because you should be at the venue from 6:50 onwards when bike racking closes. But if you don't like your biker in your team, send him early, you get a lie in and turn up around 7:30. Does not bother me. Okay, any other questions? Race belts and no. I don't know, Saeed, shall we pull up a picture of the shirt, see if anyone's interested in that? 25 people, t-shirts. What are we racing? And of course, JLL, sorry, not JLL, we've got the giant duathlon as well following the next day. If you're interested in doing a duathlon with us, feel free to step in. All right, there we go. Anyone interested in seeing the t-shirts that you will be receiving tomorrow? How do I share my screen? So these are the t-shirts, limited edition, extraordinary by JLL. If you guys are participating and you come over the finish line, you can take a look at that. Mohammed, how do I collect my running number? When you turn up at the registration tent by car park, you will collect your race number from the girls at the tent. So car parking, you're going to be driving down this road past the hotels, you'll do a U-turn and then you'll park somewhere on this side. The guys will tell you where to park. And then the registration stroke entry tent will be sitting here. And you collect your number, your bib number from the guys here, and then they will tell you where to go from there. Hope that answers your question, Mohammed. Cool t-shirts, thanks. Oh no, is that Karen? Hello, Karen, how are you? So glad you're coming tomorrow. Yeah, not bad t-shirts, they're all right. We're trying to step everything up. Give you better races, better merchandise, better quality, better events, more variety, try and do everything we can. Always open to suggestions. You've got a good idea, you think something could work, we're more than happy to give it a try. We like successful things. We like making things more successful than they already are or have been. That's why we work with the partners that we do, and we try and continue to innovate, look at new venues, new opportunities for everybody. I think I'm running out of steam, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not going to talk to me, then please pull yourself out of the chat. Pull yourself out of the chat room. Then I can get this online, processed, ready to go. I can go home, get some sleep. Busy day tomorrow. Apparently, we've got to do a triathlon for 700 odd people. That should be fun. Anna Morris, have you just put your computer on mute and disappeared? Are you there? Mahmood, you want to talk to me? Or are you done? Sign off, buddy. Sign off. You don't need to be here. I'm just going to waffle for 5 minutes. Well done. Brymax, are you done? You can go home. Chantel, Dasuki, Karen, Inu, Kaiui. Oh no, those surnames look the same. Maha, Richard Chapman, Robert, Tom, Virginie, Chris. Been fun, appreciate it. Have a great night. Last chance to ask me anything. All right, take care, everyone. See you on the weekend. Enjoy.